Hey, money planners. Welcome to Money Plan Mondays with Malika. I am Malika Daniels. I am a personal financial coach. And I go live every Monday to talk about something finance related just to help you get a better feel of whatever it is that's going on with your finances. As a money coach, I help women understand money, their relationship with it, create plans for getting them to the financial goals that they want to achieve. So I hope that you get something out of today. Today's topic is going to be explaining a little bit more about the differences between a financial advisor and a financial coach. Now, I know that when I tell people that I'm a financial coach, a lot of them automatically kind of jump to thinking about a financial advisor or a financial planner. And the reason for that is because financial coaching really is a newer industry. Financial advisors and financial planners have been around for a long time, helping people with their retirements and investments and things like that. But financial coaching really kind of came about, I would say, maybe about 15 years ago, and just now is becoming a little bit more mainstream. I'm in the financial coaching world, so I feel like there's tons of financial coaches out there because I'm always in the Facebook groups with other coaches and I operate in that field. But the reality is, a lot of people have not actually come into contact with financial coaches. They're used to coming into contact with financial advisors and financial planners. And all are needed out there. There is not one that is better than the other. They just serve different purposes. So the point of this live today is just to talk about the purposes that we each serve and like when you might want to go to an advisor versus when you might want to find a coach. So first I'm going to talk about a little bit more about an advisor. All right. So financial advisors, as you probably already know, they're professionals who are qualified to provide advice about achieving your different financial goals. They tend to focus more on long-term goals and investments. They're looking at things that you want to do usually, 5 to 10 years out down the road. A lot of times they will be able to provide investment advice. They're going to be able to manage your investments for you. So like you will have your money in an account, but they can put it into the different funds and stocks and bonds and all that kind of stuff for you on your behalf. They often also sell additional financial products. So they might be able to sell you life insurance or get you into different annuities and things like that. They have a lot of training and education, and they are professionals at doing everything when it comes to investments. They are paid usually through a couple different routes. So many are paid what's called assets under management. So they are managing the certain amount of money for you. Let's say you have $20,000 and you're going to an advisor. They're going to manage that. They're going to usually charge you a percentage of the amount that they are managing for you. So if you have $20,000 that they are managing, they might charge like 1% fee for that management of that money. And that's going to mean that they are going to be checking those accounts and moving things around as needed to make sure that you are reaching your financial goals. Another great thing financial advisors can do is can help a lot with like retirement planning. If you want to get a clear picture of your current progress towards retirement, where you're at versus like where you need to be, they can help you kind of see that picture and do a lot of projections. They have a lot of tools available to them to do a lot of that work around retirement, and not just the planning for retirement, but if you are in retirement and wanting to make sure that your finances are lasting you through your retirement and that your money is going to maintain for your lifespan, those would be financial advisors would be great to talk to. So in addition to assets under management, some are also are fee-only advisors where they are charged just like an hourly rate, just like any kind of consultant, I guess I would say. So they don't manage your money for you, but you can go to them and say, I have this specific issue that I want some help on and I need somebody to talk to me that's like very impartial, and you can charge them whatever their set rate is or fee is, and they can help you with that specific issue, but they're not going to manage your money for you. And those fee only also typically don't sell products. Some might, but I think a lot of them do not. They just really take it as, I'm just here for that specific issue. I'm not trying to sell you anything else. So some people might sometimes visit a fee-only advisor for a specific issue, but then they might have somebody else that's managing their assets. It kind of just depends on what you need at that time. let's see what else I want to say about advisors. So another thing about advisors is they are very capable of also doing the budgeting work and debt payoff and stuff like that, but a lot of them choose not to spend their time in that way because that's not really how their pay structure is set up. There's not usually a set way for them to be paid, and that's their fee only. There's not usually a set way for them to get paid for that type of work, so it's not the main bulk of what a financial advisor would do. So again, financial advisors are usually more for your investments, your life insurance, your financial products that you need, retirement planning, all that kind of stuff. And when you meet with the financial advisor, typically you meet with them maybe annually, sometimes biannually, maybe at the most quarterly. You're not meeting with them super often because when you're dealing with investments, there's not so much that changes that quickly. It's kind of more of a long-term thing, so you don't have to meet very often. So now I'm going to talk a little bit more about financial coaching. So that's what I am. As a financial coach, I focus more on building that strong foundation that you need for your finances, often before you even get to the investment piece of it. And so I'm focusing more on the day-to-day management of money, your relationship with money, understanding how money operates, and understanding what your goals are for yourself and your money. I look at mainly your income, your debt, your spending, and your savings, and you start trying to bring clarity around how all of those operate together. And usually, if there's one that's out of line, it's going to be affecting the other areas. So for example, if you have high debt amounts, you're probably not spending that much. If you have high debt amounts, that probably means that you're overspending. It probably means that you're not saving a lot of money. If you have low income, it probably means that you are not being able to save a lot of money. So those four things all have an impact on each other, and we're going to look at each of those and see how we can make sure that they are aligned so that you're meeting your goals. I also work a lot with any day-to-day money concerns. So for example, if you all of a sudden get hit with a bill that you weren't expecting, we can then look at what we can do to pay for that bill. I can help you figure out, okay, well, maybe if we move money around here, maybe if we took in some additional income here, this is what we can do. So I can kind of help you figure out those stressful moments that pop up when it comes to money. You kind of have somebody to reach out to and be like, okay, this is bothering me right now. I don't know what to do. Help me think through this. And I'm that person that can kind of support and guide you in thinking through next steps and ideas and things to try. I'm also someone that can help hold you accountable for the things that you say you're going to do. So if we create a plan, I'm that person that's going to say, hey, we said we're going to be putting this much aside. How's that going? Talk to me. And if it's working out, great, I'm cheering you on. And if it's not, okay, well, tell me what's the issue, what's the struggle towards making that actually happen, right? Because if you're setting a goal for yourself, I want to help make sure that you are accomplishing that goal that you set. A lot of people also think of financial coaching and they just think about financial education or financial literacy. And yes, that is important. I do talk to clients about those things, about understanding the basics of finances, spending less than you make and keeping a little bit of everything that you earn and things like that. But all of those things when it comes to financial education and literacy can be found in a book, right? So everyone says, knowledge is power, but really with financial coaching, the power really comes in applying what you've learned. So we all might know these things, but how are you doing with actually applying? So applied knowledge really is the power. If you can really get out there and do the things that you know are supposed to be done when it comes to finances. I always equate finances to weights and health, nutrition, that kind of thing, because we all know the things we should be doing when it comes to managing our health. We should be eating our fruits and vegetables and being active at least 30 minutes a day and all those kind of things. So knowing is great, right? That's the first step, is to know. But the really next step is how do you apply it? How do you do those things? And so that's why sometimes people need a coach or someone to kind of help them with the application piece of it. And that's really where financial coaching comes in. The other big piece that financial coaching covers that isn't typically covered with a financial advisor is the mindset piece. With Women Who Money Plan, we do a lot of work on building the type of mindset that is going to help you to be successful in money, to feel confident with your money. We work on setting yourself up so that no matter what financial situation comes your way, whether you still have a coach or not, you feel confident and comfortable in making the decisions needed to do what you what you're saying you're going to do for your finances. So it's really about having that strong financial mindset that's going to carry you across life in general if you get the right mindset together. But that's a big piece of financial coaching for me. It's helping you to really understand yourself when it comes to money, your habits, the things that you tend to do, and shift some of those if they're not really working for you and the goals that you say that you want to have. With coaching as well, I will help you organize your finances. Sometimes just people can be overwhelmed because we have accounts here and accounts there and so many different types of debt, and we just don't understand all the different logistics of how to organize everything in a clear way. And that's just another piece of what coaching can do, is to help you get really organized and clear about your financial situation. And then obviously we're helping you with building up savings, paying off debt, all that kind of stuff as well. But I really think it's important to understand just that difference in general is advisors are going to help a lot more with the investment piece, the wealth side of it, and coaching is going to be a lot more of getting you that solid foundation so that you're ready for that wealth piece of it. My goal is really to get you in that foundation where you have your income, you have your debt is manageable, your spending is under control, your savings is growing, and we've found extra money that you have to invest so that you can really focus on the wealth building piece. And then that's when I would love to be able to hand you off to an advisor and say, hey, this person has money that they are able to invest and they are really ready to focus on the long-term piece. So that's kind of the big difference, is financial coaching is more the day-to-day money management, and financial advising is going to be a lot more that long-term thing. Also, I will say it's possible to do both. I definitely have clients that are investing already. They might have a financial advisor already, and they still need some support with that day-to-day management, and that's completely fine. Sometimes you might have a high income earner who is already putting a lot of money towards investing, but they're still struggling with that day-to-day. They still might have some debt that they want to figure out. They still don't have the amount in their savings that makes them feel more comfortable, or they feel like they're overspending or living paycheck to paycheck. So it doesn't have to be one or the other. I think that's important to know as well. It doesn't mean you either need a financial coach or an advisor. Sometimes it really is both. And for me as a financial coach, I'm someone who doesn't want you to have to depend on me for life when it comes to your finances. I really want to get my clients to a position where they have their finances under control and they can move on from needing a coach because they've figured it out and they have the skills, right? So financial coaching to me should only last a certain amount of time, 4 months, 6 months, something like that, maybe even a year. But other than that, I really personally don't want it to be a lifetime relationship, because I want my clients to develop the skills to be able to move forward on their own and keep going from there to grow their wealth. So that was my quick overview of some of the differences between advisors and coach. I know a lot of times I get misconstrued as oh, you're like a financial advisor. And yes, we both obviously help with finances, but it is still a different route that we cover. So if you have any questions, of course, feel free to comment, message me. You can always join my Facebook group, Women Who Money Plan, where we talk about finance-related topics all the time. And another thing to be on the lookout for is starting in 2024, I will be doing different interviews with various professionals out there. So, for example, I'll be having interviews with financial advisors and real estate agents and brokers and loan officers and things like that, just so that people can get a better understanding of all these different roles that are out there to help you with your finances. You don't have to figure this out alone. There's a lot of different people out there that can help you and that are professionals at what they do in their certain market. So again, I hope to hear from you soon. If you do have any questions, I'll be back again on Mondays for money planning, and we will speak then. Again, if you're not in the Facebook group, make sure you join the Facebook group, and have a great rest of your week.